Hi everyone, Steve Brown from Omni Marketing, and in this video we're going to look at the second most important thing after your website if you're a local business, and that is Google My Business. It's absolutely critical that you set this up in 2019 if you haven't already done so, and more importantly it's that you set it up correctly. Now in this video I'm just going to do an overview of why you should be doing Google My Business and why it's so critical to you if you are a local business. So it doesn't matter whether you have customers, clients or patients. I'm telling you, Google My Business is absolutely critical to what you're going to be doing for your digital online marketing. So to access it, first thing is, if you haven't actually got a Google account, simply go to Google's homepage. You'll see an option there to sign up for an account, or Google how to sign up for a Google account. It's quite simple. I'm not going to cover it in this video, but once you've got a Google account, you'll be able to log in. And once you've logged in, as I have here as one of our customers, you'll see these at the top. And one of them, these nine little squares, click on there and you see all the different options you've got. And if you scroll down, you'll see there's even more, and then even more from Google. It's basically all the different Google platforms, things like YouTube, Gmail, Google Plus, which is now becoming obsolete and will be very shortly because they're killing that off. But here is Google My Business. And if you click on here, we'll go in and have a look at the DG Heath account. Now, if you're a business that actually has more than one location, so say like you're a solicitor and you might have 5 outlets within a cluster, you can have a separate entity for each one. So you can see here we made 2 by, this 2 was done in error, this one we don't use at all, but this is where you could literally have a location. This is what it means by location. So you could have one in, say, Birmingham, and then you might have one in Coventry, one in Wolverhampton, and all those areas around there. So this is where you set those up. So we're going to have a look at this particular listing, DG Heath. I'm going to go in and have a look. And what I want to emphasize is how important Google thinks all the things that we've been talking about. We've been talking about the 3 pillars. We've been talking about prominence. We've been talking about relevance. We've been talking about proximity. So let's just have a look at your homepage here. So we're in, as you can see here, we're in Google My Business. We're on the homepage. Let's just have a look at some basic information that Google's put up here straight away, because I think it's an eye-opener. It might get you to understand what it is Google's looking at when it's looking at you as a local business. So the first thing I want you to look at here is your latest post. Now, in Google My Business, you can come over here to post, and you have the option of uploading posts on a daily basis in the same way you add content onto your website. And the posts on here can be an image, a video, and a short description. So here on this particular post that was put up here 14 hours ago, Quickstep is a brand of flooring, because DG Heath, this particular company, they do wood flooring, engineered wood flooring. They do timber, decking, composite decking, fencing. They do a wide variety to do with the home. So Quickstep is one of the brands that they use, and you can see they put a very brief description up there and a link to their website. But Google is inviting you to put posts in your Google My Business. It's expecting you to do it, and I'll come on to that in a minute. So we scroll down a bit, and what do we see here? Latest reviews. Now guys, if you don't get this, Google is looking for businesses to have positive feedback from existing customers, clients or patients. It's the way the world is driven these days. You all do it yourself on a daily basis. People are always looking for reviews when they're buying stuff. So Google is already inspecting how many reviews. So as you can see, this particular company, they got a nice score here, 4.6, which is basically 5 stars from a total of 23 different Google reviews. And they can see the reviews that were in here. They can see the last one was 4 weeks ago. Google is looking at that as a measurable. Okay, you can come over here and you can have a look to see where your business is on the maps, on Google's, and view it on search. You can have a look at those things, and we'll come on to those. But look at this. Businesses like yours on what they're posting. So you don't even have to go and look to see what your competition is doing. Google has pulled it into Google My Business. In here you can see this company, this company. These are all the companies that that Google's picking up that are posting in their Google My Business. But look at this. Today, when I'm recording this, the 23rd of January 2019, that's a year and a half ago. You know, a year and a half ago. And the most recent one was last September. So, by the fact that this company, you know, DG Heath are even posting, they're already beginning to crush the opposition. And I'll show you what I mean by that when I say crushing the competition. So, you can see what the opposition are doing. You can get messages direct from customers. I'm going to cover this in a separate video, but basically, people, don't forget guys, they're mobile these days. People are on mobile looking for your business, for your services. And when they're on the mobile, they'll be able to message you direct to your mobile phone. So I'll show you how to do that on another video. But look over here. This is so critical with the way the world's moving now. Google's showing the latest photos. So this company, by the fact that they're uploading Google My Business posts all the time, it's adding images into their Google My Business. Google is monitoring that, and I'll show you later on in the stats exactly how it's monitoring. But do you see that Google is saying pictures, videos, they're all important, and they see it as an important part of your business, and it's a way that you should be showcasing your business, the services and the products that you do. You can learn more about your business with Insights. I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. So this is just to give you a brief overview. Reviews, more posts, pictures. Google's trying to tell you something here. It's trying to tell you what it's looking for. And the fact that even when it's looking at your business, it's looking at similar businesses. So it's comparing you to other businesses in your area. So let's go and have a look at Insights. So over here in the menu, we can click on Insights. And I want to just cover through Insights to show you the information that Google's given you. And the one thing I'll emphasize here, this is like a broad view. It's not detailed like somebody going into Google Analytics and getting, you know, how many people have visited you, how long they stayed on the page, which pages they went to. This is an overview, but it's a very important overview because it also allows you to compare yourself to other businesses as well. And I'll show you what I mean. So here they've got this little circle diagram, and what they're showing is how many customers searched for your business in the last month. Direct, what does that mean? That's when somebody's gone here and they've clicked in here and they've gone on the URL and they've gone dgheath.co.uk. Sorry, I have to learn to type. .uk. When you put the URL directly into the search bar, that's what it means when they're saying here direct. Customers have gone direct to your website. Then you've got discovery. So on direct, you can see here, like this particular company, they've had in the last month 3,173 people went directly to their website, which is about 46% of their traffic. Then you've got discovery. Now discovery is when Google shows you in a search, whether that be a search on Google search or Google Maps. So again, let me show you what I mean by that. So if I come up here and we type in, let's do a search for engineered wood floor in Swansea. That will do. Pick that one. So we do a search. Now this is what it means when it says these are the adverts. But when we come down here and we've got the pack of 3, or the ABC as I call it, when you've got your pack of 3, if your company comes up here, so we are, DG Heath have come up here on the pack of 3. So they're listing in the Google Maps, because this is tied in with Google Maps, the ABC. And then when you come down here in the organic search, their website's showing up 3 times. So they're showing up in organic as well. So this is what Google means when you come over here to your Insights and it says discovered. So somebody typed in a keyword looking for a goods or service. In this particular case, they typed in engineered wood floor in Swansea. Your business kit was showing up. So now it would show as it's been discovered. Other ways it can be discovered. Let's say somebody puts in here, in fact, what I'll do, let's put in DG Heath in here. Let's go and have a look at that particular company. So over here, you have your business profile. So I've done a search for the actual brand, DG Heath. So over here now, Google is showing your business profile. So you've got your images, what it's like outside, the website, direction. You know, you can click on these, go to the website, look for the directions, save it if you want to save it for your computer so you can find it quicker, easier. But when you come down the bottom, so this is the business profile for GG Heath, but when you come down the bottom, these are the posts that we were talking about, the Google My Business posts. But look at this, people also search for. So these particular companies have shown up in a search. So they've shown up here in discovered. They were discovered on the business profile of DG Heath at the bottom as alternative companies you might want to go to. So that's what they mean by discovery. It's when you're showing up, whether it be search, whether it be on maps, whether it be on somebody's business profile. However, it's discovered when somebody's gone onto Google. That's what they mean by discovery. Now, branded, this is another important one. You know you're getting better and better when people start searching for you by brand. So on here, this last month, 47 people did a brand search. They searched for some kind of derivative of DG Heath. So let me just show you down here. You'll see some of the queries. DG Heath, DG Heath. Yeah, see all the different ways they can search. They've even searched just using the word Heath. And Google knows these are all brand searches. So when it adds it all up, your brand search shows up in here. And if you keep checking your Google Insights in here, you'll be able to see if you're doing your digital marketing correctly. You want your brand to get bigger and bigger locally. You want to become the local brand. And Google takes all of that sort of stuff into account. So let's have a look what else is on Insights. So we just talked about queries. So let me come down here. And again, I just want you to look at what Google is measuring all the time. So where customers view your business on Google. So there's two options they're showing you here. Listings on search, which is this, when they're on this type of page. And the other one will be is when they're on maps. So somebody's done a search, they go onto maps because they want to find all the local businesses. So if I typed in here, Plymouth Swansea, which is what we've been using all the time. When you type in Plymouth Swansea, what it's going to do is going to start looking for businesses. I can see all the different businesses come up. So this is for somebody doing a search on maps. So when you're looking at this particular screen in your Google My Business, you can see how many people on a day-by-day basis are finding you in the search engine. In other words, you're being discovered. So that's what it means when it says listed on search. It means your website was shown. Doesn't mean anybody's clicked on it. It means it was shown. You came up on the search when somebody's typed something in. So it gives you a good idea of how many, sort of like queries are going in a day related to your business. So people, for them to be showing up on listed on search 224 times on the 9th of January, well, that shows that here in Swansea, people have been searching for things to do with timber, with decking, with wood flooring, with garden fencing. All those searches have been bringing this brand up on the search engine. So there's a chance that people will click on that listing and go to their website. That's what they mean by listing on search. And then listing on maps, again, self-explanatory. This is where you can see, the sort of amount of queries that went through on the maps. So you're getting a good feel for what's happening with this company. And then you come down here to customer action. So let's have a look at this. At this moment in time, that's roughly 9.7 thousand views in a month. So 10% of the people clicked on their listing. Yeah, 925 actions. So what happened? Well, 616 actually went to the website, which is great news for us because once they get to the website, we cook them and they can be retargeted with banner advertising, etc. So that's helping driving more traffic back. 112 people requested directions, which is fabulous. In other words, they wanted to go down to the showroom to see the business, to place an order, to look at what they had, etc. Because more than likely they've had a look at the website, were very interested, and decided to go down there. And then 197 people actually phoned the business, bigger inquiry, placing orders, all that sort of good stuff. So as you can see, a lot of activity around this business. Now, here's another thing that I actually love. Let me just zoom out of this a bit. So here's the business. It's located in a little area called Pontydilys in Swansea, just on the outskirts of Swansea. And I want to emphasise, this company is ranking all over the place for Swansea, and it's actually on the outskirts. It's nowhere near the town centre. It's a good half-hour drive from Swansea town centre to this particular company. But here's what happens. When people are requesting directions, you can actually see where these people are coming from. So you get a feel for what your reach is, for how far people are willing to travel to your business. Get a feel for what they're trying to, what these people are trying to do, where they're coming from. It gives you a good feel for where your target audiences are. So maybe if I've got a lot of, if I've had 20 inquiries from Ammanford, maybe I'll want to do a different type of marketing in that area. Maybe I want to go and do a leaflet drop, because I'm getting a lot of people coming down from Ammanford. There's lots of different ways you can market to your business. So fabulous information in Google My Business. And then we come down to phone calls. So if you remember up here, Google was tracking, your phone calls. So when you come down here, you can now have a look to see when do these phone calls occur. Now, remember I said this company did wood flooring, it does decking, composite decking, garden fencing, timber, all that type of stuff. So to me, this sort of like, when I look at the peak phone calls, this sort of makes sense to me, because what it actually means is, this is the sort of time people are going to ask for orders to be delivered so they can work on them on the weekend, whether it be flooring or decking, etc. So think of it as well when you're talking about phone calls. If you're a high volume business where you get lots of people interacting with your business, fast moving items, you're going to be able to use this to gauge when your peak times are. So you want to make sure the phones are manned on your busiest days, and that there's always somebody there ready to answer, because these are your peak periods. Then I mentioned before, when we came up here, when we were on the home page here. Let me just go back to the home page. I want to go back to this. I showed you photos were being uploaded onto the Google My Business posts. Photos are being stored in here. I think the maximum you can load in there is 100 photos, but photos are being loaded in there. So when you come down to insights, this is how important Google views photos, right? And images, because obviously Google owns YouTube, so we can measure all that performance as well. But when we come down here, it's telling you photo views. So when it's saying photo views, it's telling you how many times images that you own, that Google's aware of. So it can be on Google My Business, it can be on your website. But when Google sees these images, it's measuring it. So 13,000 times in Swansea, these images were shown to potential customers over the last month. An incredible figure, but this is how important images are. And remember I said to you as well when we were on the other page, and I said to you the heavy competition hadn't been posting any posts out there. The last one, some of them were 2017. The last one was September 2018 from one company. If you've got people who are competing with you, who are actually active in their Google My Business, you will actually be able to see how many photos are they doing, how theirs are performing, because Google will put your competition in here. So you'll get an overall picture. So as you can see down here, where you've got photo quantity, what it's showing is these are all the photos. So DG Heath in this last month have put 74 more images up. The customers, so don't forget this now, customers can go onto your Google listing and actually upload images about your business, etc. So on here, they've had 9 images coming from customers have been uploaded. And down here, businesses like you. So you'd be able to see what your uploads of photos are like compared to other businesses, your competitors. So you can actually see how you're doing in your digital marketing compared to competitors in your Google My Business. It's all just fantastic information. Now, this is just meant to be an overview, and we're going to cover all the rest of it. But I just want to emphasize, look at the things that Google's covering here. Reviews. We keep harping and harping on. It's reviews that get you the click. If I go back to, let's just take, go back here, type in engineered wood flooring. Let's do that engineered wood flooring Swansea again. Let's just take the ads. Would you click on this ad? So they're possibly paying the most amount of money, but would you click on this ad that's got no reviews, or would you be more tempted to click on this one? If you go down to the box of 3, I click on any of these because they've all got reputation. If I come down here on their website, they've got all these 5 stars. So if you have a look at it, even if people scroll down, you're immediately put off these particular businesses because there are no reviews. So just understand, Google really believes in reviews. It helps your business rank, it helps your business stand out, and more importantly, it helps you get the click. The same with photos. Google's looking at photos, it's showing your photos everywhere. It's just the whole world of how you market your business digitally has changed. Guys, if there's one thing you take away from this Google My Business overview is please, 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 in 2019, get your Google My Business up and running.